It's so amazing to be back. It's so amazing to look out and see the faces of students that are going to call this place home, as I'm still able to call it home years later. And looking out and seeing some of you sitting there, I know you're anxious, but let's all take a deep breath and get ready for college. You did it. Celebrate for me with just a little bit. Parents, students, you've made it. It's okay to be happy about it. That's the amazing thing. I went on this Google machine that we have now, and I found out there's over 3,000 four-year institutions in these United States. And you have found the perfect one for you. You found the perfect one for me. I know that. It's almost like you reached into this 16-pound bag of rice and you picked out the perfect grain because you are an explorer on this Odyssey. You can find anything. And I want you to remember you can find anything, freshmen, because this week you're going to be as lost as you can possibly be. You're not going to know where anything is, and that's okay. You're going to feel isolated. You're going to see a sea of humanity out there on the quad navigating through the fountain. Parking lots are going to be full and empty, and everybody's just going to go at that last second, and they're all going to be in class. But the secret is some of those people are lost too. There's nothing wrong with being lost. There's going to be, I've experienced this, I'm not going to personally say that I did it, but somebody's going to sit in a classroom that's not theirs. And they're going to stay there because they don't want anybody to know. It's a giant game of don't let anybody know how lost you are. But you're going to be lost. And it's not as much your fault as it is, it's a running joke that once you experience it, you can watch other people go through it. My first experience walking around this campus, I was in search of MSCX. What is MSCX? And I found someone and I said, can you tell me where MSCX is? And they couldn't, because they were freaking out trying to find out where the Math and Science Complex was. And for those of you who don't know, they're the exact same building. But that's a part of the process and a part of this journey. Eventually, you're going to know this campus as well as you do your smartphone. You'll know the exact amount of time that it takes to get from your bed to the shower, to the bookstore, to class. You'll know exactly where to tell your friends and family to park and where to park on football weekends. You're going to know the exact amount of money on your meal plan, and on that very last day of the semester, you're going to use that very last dollar. And you're going to feel really good about that. And once you've reached this expert level, once you've attained this level, then you're going to graduate in about 2 weeks after that. But between now and then, a lot of stuff is going to happen. You'll need to get lost a few more times before it does. The very first time, before looking for the Math and Science Complex, I was lost on this university. I came on a visit, came to Impact, along with my mom and dad. And they went to Trojan Oaks to play a little golf, and I was done, and I couldn't find them. This is 2002, and so I hadn't quite got my Sanyo flip phone yet, so I couldn't Snapchat or email or text message my parents. So my options were to wander around the campus or to use a payphone. And a lot of you probably are like, what's a payphone? Well, on the quad there was this phone booth. It was a red phone booth, telephone on it, and this is July, and it was about 170 degrees inside of that phone booth, and I called my mom, and I told her that this is where I wanted to go to school. And then I got lost all over again, trying to find her. I say all that to get to this. You've managed to find this university, you've managed to surround yourself with these people, and at this point in your life, you begin the process of understanding what this place can do and what the people around you can do to make you the best person that you can be, to find yourself at Troy University. Now, it's weird, isn't it? Because you've got a pretty good idea of where you are, spatially, at this moment, and who you are. I'd venture to guess that you know you better than anybody else in the world. But at some point, you're going to really meet yourself here. You're going to see your experiences and your relationships with the people around you. They're going to add up to make a new version of you. And that's not to say it hasn't happened before you got here. It is not to say that it's not going to happen once you leave, it will. It's just gonna happen really fast here. It's like Troy University is going to be a microwave for you to make adjustments to your life. There's probably a lot of people in here who have experienced severe weather, but there's, through Troy University, people who came here this week, people who experienced the storms this week, that heard sirens, went to safety, came out and saw destruction. Some of you in here experienced that for the very first time in your life. Now you have that experience, and next time it happens, you're prepared for it. You're a better version of you than you were last Tuesday. Now, it doesn't have to be a tragedy or a storm in order for you to improve and to be better. Just in this building, just on this stage, imagine the wealth of experience that we have at Troy University. Now, how do we extract that information? Not just on the stage, not just from your professors, but from each other. How do we use each other to make ourselves better? Well, it's difficult in this world where most of our face-to-face contact is creepily scrolling through people's pictures on Facebook or Instagram, but we can do it. Your best friend in the entire world could be on the opposite side of this arena right now. They could be on the opposite side of the world, and you can find them through Troy University. A few of my friends can testify. Your spouse may be considering enrollment at Troy University at this moment. That's how wonderful this place is. But how do we speed up this process? How do you reach these people? As Dr. Hawkins said, you've got to give them you. You have to be as alarmingly and passionately you as you can possibly be. You don't have to hide from people behind this facade of just trying to fit in. You're at Troy. You can be you. That's what's amazing about this place. You can't be afraid that people are going to judge you for being different, because some people are going to do it anyway. You may as well have them judge you based on who you are, as opposed to somebody that you think that they might want you to be. If you approach this college experience with an open mind and an open heart, you can be anything. If let's say you're an athlete who in the privacy of your own vehicle likes to roll up the windows where nobody can hear and really get into some Taylor Swift. Or you're a biochem major who's spent the last few weeks dissecting each and every aspect of the Drake and Meek Mill beef. Tell people that. You don't have to fit into some box that people want you to fit in. You can be you. And as long as you get that across to the people around you, then they can understand you. It's easy once we all understand each other. It even works for people that might not even like somebody. You could have a hypothetical situation where a guy named Steve looks at your watch and says, well, I see you wear a digital watch. I too wear a digital watch, as I am obsessed with time and don't like being late. And you could say, well, Steve, I don't really like you, or people. Even in that conversation, you and Steve have learned something about each other. It works. So I'm not just telling you to be yourself, because you may hear that all the time, and if you break it down, that could just mean to keep breathing. And I want you to do that. But what you need to do is breathe yourself into as many people as you possibly can here at Troy. If we're going to improve ourselves and the people around us, you've got to give yourself. You've got to give the idea of what you are as a person, and you have to be willing to accept the ideas of people that you don't know. Evaluate their ideas, because dismissing them is just a waste. It's a lot to think about, I know. I'm up here talking about social interaction, and you're worried about how many hours you're going to take and whether or not you're wasting mom and dad's money. That's where all these people come in handy. It's a campus that's full of strangers that you might be clinging to the idea that just staying with class schedules and an ambitious amount of credit hours, way too many, you just wanted to succeed. But these folks have guided thousands of unique individuals through this process. And wherever in the world it is that you are interested in, wherever you want to go, you can find somebody like-minded here. It's a tremendous honor to stand here as a plain old regular student at Troy University, talking to all of you today. My main involvements, as the president said, residence life, intramural sports, Trojan Vision News. It took me a while to find them. If you've already got an organization in mind that you want to be a part of, that's fantastic. Go get in there. But some of you might not have any idea right now. And let me tell you, that is absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with the path that you're choosing, even if you're not taking a path yet, as long as you're here. As Dr. Hawkins said, just show up, and these folks will take care of you. But once you're in an organization or your major or your group of people, things don't stop there. You have to continue to branch out to the point where this entire campus is one cohesive body, moving forward and fully understanding and finding each other. Derek Brewster gave me a job in intramural sports that suited to my talents. The Hall School of Journalism taught me that my talents could eventually become my job. And while this was going on, I was starting to find myself here at Troy, which was a lot harder for me because I didn't know I was lost. So let me help you out there. You're not a finished product. You've made it here. Please don't take that personally. I stand here on this stage not a finished product at all. The most important thing that I learned here at Troy University was just that. You're going to witness people accomplish great things. Some of you are going to see people go through trial, tribulation, and tragedy. Some of you personally will experience that, and that's all a part of what you're going to learn here. You're going to learn about your career path. You're going to learn about this campus. You'll learn about Greek mythology and statistical interpretation, Sunbelt athletics. You'll learn about this campus. You'll learn about this city, its roads and its back roads. You're going to learn why you have to travel on George Wallace Drive to get here, and hopefully eventually you'll learn what it will take to change that name. Dr. Jack Hawkins Drive sounds pretty good to me, personally. But in closing, the most important subject to master here at Troy University is to become an expert at you, to infect the people around you with the most positive and passionate version of you that you can. Because once we find ourselves all doing that together, then we are found. You guys are all fresh eyes in this place. Enjoy the same halls I walked, the same sidewalks I walked. Enjoy the new traditions, like the freshman run on September 12th, a chance to run out onto Veterans Stadium, onto Larry Blakeney Field. Enjoy all of that. Thanks to Sedaris Williams for suggesting that I come here today. Thanks to Chancellor Hawkins and Dean Reeves for sending me the invitation. And thanks to you for all listening today. Enjoy the fall, rebuild the wall, and go Trojans.